So what is your level in French? Are you a beginner? Are you more intermediate? Or are you in between? Or are you more advanced? Well, if you are not too sure, you found the perfect video. Because today I am going to talk about the 6 different levels in French. And also, I have a secret tool to help you know what is your exact level in French. Once you know your exact level in French, I will also tell you what to do to get to the next level. Because hey, the goal is to improve your French. So if you are interested in knowing your level in French and improving your French, well, just keep watching this video. Hi everybody, my name is Pearl and welcome back to my channel, My French Story, the place to be to learn French, so make sure that you subscribe. Today we are talking about French levels. Yes, I have decided to divide this video in 2 parts. So in the first part, I am going to present you with the 6 different levels in French and what are the requirements for each level. Then I'm going to talk about you. Yes, you. I am going to talk about a tool you can use to know your exact level in French. And once you know your exact level, what you need to do to get to the next level. So without further ado, let's dive into the first part. So it is very important for you to know what is your level in French because you need to know what are the resources that are going to be more beneficial for you and your level. So the first level of the French language is the level A1. So A1 is really what we call the introductory, the level of discovery. So in this level, you learn all the basics. So you learn the grammar, you start talking about feminine and masculine. So you learn all the basics you need to know. At this level, you are extremely limited, okay? You can't have conversations, but you start understanding all the basics, all the questions related to you. What's your name or your age or where you live? So at this stage, you are a baby learner. So most of the time, people actually get out of this level quite quickly, because when you start learning a language, you are very excited, you want to learn everything. So at this level, people take probably 4 to 6 months to complete this level, and then they move on to the next level. So now let's talk about the next level. What is the level that comes after A1? So the second level that comes after A1 is the A2 level. So A2 level is what we call the elementary stage. So at this stage, you are still a beginner, okay? But here, the big difference between A1 and A2 is the confidence. So A2 level is really for you the opportunity to solidify your knowledge. So you will see that the topics and the grammar can be quite similar to the A1 level, but this time you add more confidence to it. Also, you start having conversation and you start making more complex sentences. So for example, at A2 level, you are supposed to be able to make sentences that are more complex and start using the word because. So here, this is really the big difference between A1 and A2. It's the confidence. You will see this word confidence is going to come back in this video because sometimes it is really the difference between one level to another. So A2 level, elementary level, we solidify, we strengthen our knowledge of French. So the next level is the level B1, B1. So this level is what we call the intermediate level. I love to call this level the threshold level because when you reach B1, yes, you can start having conversation. So at B1 level, you are way more independent. Now you can have conversations that are more complex, that you can talk about way more topics than just yourself. Also, I see a lot of students plateauing, okay, hitting a plateau at this stage. Why? Because you reach a point where you can speak, okay? You are still making some mistakes, but your speaking really develop. Here, this is when you need to keep going. You need to keep practicing the speaking and you need to be more careful with mistakes because now that you have this confidence building, I see a lot of students making a lot of mistakes and sometimes silly mistakes. So this level, you really need to be careful. I love working with students that are at this level because this is where you start working more on your speaking. So this B1 level, you get more independent, especially for conversations. However, you still need to be careful because you are still making some mistakes here and there. So now, what do you need to do to get to the next level? I'm going to talk about B2 now. Now, let's talk about the next level, the level B2, B2. So this level is called the upper intermediate learner. So at this level, you are still an intermediate learner. However, your confidence here is higher than a B1 student. So when you are a B2 student, you can speak with more complex sentence structures. So you can speak with ease. So this is really the big difference between B1 and B2. A B1 students really start having conversation and building their confidence. And B2 students really speak with more ease. This is one of the biggest difference. Also, you don't rely on the person in front of you to speak slowly. You can really catch everything. So I love this B2 level because you are so close to reach this C1 and C2 level that I am going to introduce to you. So here, B2 levels, you are way more independent. You are an upper intermediate learner. So now let's talk about the next level, the level C1. So once you get to that level, let me give you a big clap. So when you reach that level, you are what we call an advanced learner. So you have a very controlled use and knowledge of French. So at this level, you can really correct yourself because you hear now the mistakes. Your pronunciation is really excellent at this level. Your conversations are also very complex and detailed. So this level is most of the time reached by people that have the chance to go and live in France. Because when you are a B2 level, you are pretty good already. Getting to C1, most of the time I see students that go to university or study at university level the French language. But hey, it doesn't mean that you need to study French at a university level to reach that point. But here, what we see, it's a very good controlled use of the language. So this is really the difference between a B2 learner. A B2 learner speaks with more confidence, but the structures and the complexity of the French is not as high as a C1 learner. So to summarize, a C1 learner has an extremely good and complex knowledge of the French language. You can really correct yourself. You hear when you don't pronounce things right. You know, you start having this feeling, okay, because you really know the French language. This is really the difference between a B2 learner and a C1 learner. A C1 learner has way more range, okay? So you have a knowledge of the different languages in French. So for example, the different registres. We call that registre in French. So you know the slang, but you know things that are more formal as well. And you can really bounce between the two depending on the context. So C1 learners, they have a bigger range of vocabulary, for example, and they speak in a more complex way. So the last level, the highest level in French is the C2 level. So at C2 level, my friend, you are completely fluent. So you really speak spontaneously. You speak on the spot. And this is really the biggest difference between B2 and C1 and C2. So you are really comfortable speaking. You really initiate the conversation and it shows that you are comfortable with the language. Also, there's another very important aspect is the culture. When you reach C2, you start understanding and differentiating the different shades of meaning. For example, irony. Irony is something that French people use a lot. When you are a C2 speaker, you start to also use the irony because you have a better understanding of the French culture. So this highest level really relies on your knowledge of not only the language, but also the culture. Do you use irony? Are you able to make jokes? Are you able to make some sous-entendus and things like that? So this is really what makes the difference between a C1 learner and a C2 learner. So now that we talked about the different levels in French, it is time for us to talk about you. Yes, you. We need to know what is your exact level. So to fully know what is your exact level in French, you need to look at 4 different areas of expertise. So first of all, we have listening, reading, writing, and speaking. So for example, when you do the DELF, you will be evaluated on these different areas of expertise. Because to know if someone is good in a language, we need to have a look at these 4 areas of expertise and then say, okay, you can go to the next level. But the problem is sometimes some people can be pretty good at reading and writing, but listening can be an issue and speaking can be an issue. By the way, let me know in the comments. Do you struggle more with speaking, listening, reading, or writing? Let me know everything in the comments. I want to know. So some people can struggle with certain areas. So they can struggle with speaking and listening. Most of the time, people struggle with that. So does it mean that you are a beginner because you struggle to speak, or are you more advanced? Here I have a secret that I want to share with you. So now I would like to talk about a secret tool that I want to share with you, because this tool is going to help you know your exact level. When we look at these 4 areas of expertise, so listening, reading, writing, and speaking, something that all these areas have in common is vocabulary and grammar. Because when you are an A1 learner, for example, your vocabulary and your grammar are quite limited. So you don't know a lot of words, you don't know a lot of grammar. So it is going to reflect in the different areas of expertise. So your listening is not going to be great, your speaking is not going to be great, your writing is not going to be great, and your reading is not going to be great. And that's okay because you are an A1 learner. Okay? So evaluating the grammar and the vocabulary within the different area of expertise really helps. But when you are a C2 learner, when you are super duper advanced, you know a lot of vocabulary, you know a lot of grammar, you know a lot of complex grammar structures. And this is going to be seen in the different areas of expertise, because now your speaking is great, your reading is really good, your writing is also good, and your speaking is good as well. So when we look at grammar and vocabulary, it can really give us an idea of your level. So now I want to talk about my secret tool. Guys, I have created a quiz for you. I have created a quiz to help you identify and know what is your level in French. Yes. So this quiz will take you 10 to 15 minutes. And at the end of the quiz, I will tell you what is your level in French. And I will also tell you what you need to learn next, what you need to do next to get to the next level, because the goal for you is really to improve your French. So please go to my website, myfrenchstory.com, and do the quiz. I can't wait to see your results. Please actually do the quiz and come back and tell me in the comments what is your results. I can't wait to hear. So I hope this video was useful. Please, if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section box down below. Don't forget to hit the like button and to subscribe because you don't want to miss anything. That's it for me, and I see you very soon for another video. Salut!